Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Practical English Podcast. I'm your host, Mike.
And I'm Angela. It's great to be with you all today.
Today, we have a really useful topic, especially if you're starting to make friends who speak English. We're talking about making plans.
That's right. Knowing how to ask someone to do something with you is a huge part of building friendships and practicing your English in the real world. So let's get started with the basics.
Okay, so the easiest and most direct way to ask someone to do something is with the question, do you want to?
Exactly. It's simple and clear. For example, you could say, do you want to get coffee? Or do you want to see a movie?
You just add a simple activity after do you want to. So, do you want to go for a walk?
Or do you want to study together? It's very versatile.
Another very common and friendly way to make a suggestion is using let's. This isn't a question, it's a suggestion for something you can do together.
Right. So you might say, let's grab a bite to eat, which just means let's get something to eat.
Or, it's a beautiful day, let's go to the park. It feels very inclusive and collaborative.
Yeah, definitely. And for even more options, you can use how about or what about. These are great for suggesting ideas. With these, you usually use the ing form of the verb.
That's a good point. So you would say, how about going to the beach, not how about go to the beach?
Exactly. Or what about trying that new Italian restaurant? You're asking for their opinion on your idea.
Okay, so let's do a quick role play. Angela, I'll invite you to do something.
Sounds good.
Hey, Angela, do you want to get some lunch?
Sure. What about getting sandwiches from that deli on the corner?
Perfect. Let's go.
See? Simple, natural, and easy.
Okay, now that we know how to invite someone, we need to add details. The two most important details are time and place.
Right. When and where. Let's start with when. A good way to start is to ask if the person is available. You can say something like, are you free on Saturday? Or what are you doing this weekend?
That opens the conversation. Then you can suggest a more specific time. For example, are you free on Saturday? Do you want to see a movie in the afternoon?
You can also be very direct and suggest the activity and time together. Do you want to get dinner on Friday night? Or how about we meet for coffee tomorrow at 10 a.m.?
That's right. Notice the prepositions we use for time. We say on for days, like on Friday, on Sunday. We use at for specific times, like at 7 p.m., at noon. And we use in for parts of the day, like in the morning, in the evening.
That's a great tip for beginners. On, at, in. Now, what about the where? Suggesting a place is pretty straightforward.
Yep, you can use phrases like we could meet at or let's meet at. For example, let's meet at the train station or we could meet at my place.
You can also make it a question, like, should we meet in front of the library? So let's put it all together. Mike, ask me to do something with a time and a place.
Okay. Hey, Angela, are you free on Saturday evening? I was thinking we could try that new burger place downtown. We could meet there at 7 p.m.
That sounds great. So you see, it creates a complete plan.
Now, the next important part is how to respond. You can either say yes or no. Let's start with the happy response, saying yes.
There are many ways to accept an invitation. The simplest are just yes, sure, or okay.
Right, but if you want to sound more enthusiastic, you can say things like, that sounds great, or that sounds like fun.
I use those all the time. Another good one is I'd love to. It's polite and warm. Or for something very casual, you can say, count me in.
Yeah, count me in is great for group plans. But what if you can't go? Declining or saying no can be tricky. You want to be polite.
This is so important. You almost never want to just say no. It can sound rude. It's better to soften it.
So how do we do that?
A good strategy is to start with something positive or an apology. For example, oh, that sounds fun, but I'm busy. Or I'd love to, but I already have plans.
Phrases like, sorry, I can't, or I'm afraid I can't make it are also very common and polite.
And a really nice thing to do after you decline is to suggest a different time. This shows you are still interested in seeing your friend. You could add maybe another time, or how about next week?
Let's try that. Angela, do you want to go hiking on Sunday morning?
Oh, I'd love to, but I have to visit my family on Sunday. How about next Saturday instead?
Next Saturday works for me.
Perfect. So I said no, but I was polite and we made a new plan.
So we've covered the basics. Now let's look at a few more casual, informal phrases you'll hear native speakers use a lot.
Ooh, these are the good ones. The phrases that make you sound more natural.
Exactly. One of my favorites is, are you up for? It means, are you interested in doing something? Or do you have the energy for?
Yeah, you could say, are you up for a game of basketball later? Or are you up for watching a scary movie? It's very relaxed.
Another one you'll hear constantly is wanna instead of want to.
Oh, for sure. So instead of, do you want to grab a coffee, a native speaker will almost always say, wanna grab a coffee?
It's just faster and more casual. Same with going to, which becomes gonna, like I'm gonna be there at 6. Just remember these are for speaking, not for formal writing.
That's a very important distinction. Speaking and writing have different rules.
So a very natural, casual invitation might sound like, hey, wanna catch a movie on Friday? I'm gonna buy tickets for the 7:30 show.
That sounds like something I would actually say to a friend.
That's a great point. So once you've made a plan, what's next? Sometimes you might need to confirm the plan, especially if you made it a week or two in advance. All right, that was a lot of information. Let's do a quick recap of the key phrases for our listeners.
Absolutely. It's always a good idea to check in. It shows you remember and are still interested. A simple text or message a day or two before is perfect.
Great idea. So to invite someone, you can use do you want to, let's, or how about.
What would you say? You could say something like, hey, just confirming our plans for tomorrow at 7. It's clear and direct.
To suggest a time and place, you can ask, are you free on, or say, let's meet at.
To accept an invitation, you can say, that sounds great, or I'd love to.
And to politely decline, remember to say something like, I'd love to, but I can't, and maybe suggest another time.
The best way to learn is to practice. So our challenge for you this week is to try and make a plan with someone in English. It can be a classmate or a language exchange partner.
That's a great challenge. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for listening to the Practical English Podcast.
Join us next time for another lesson. Until then, keep practicing.